Hi guys, welcome back for another video. I'm Jess and I'm one of the creative designers here at Sizzix. Today I am super excited because I have a brand new 49 in Market collection to share with you. Now there's some amazing dies and stamps, so I'm going to run through the whole collection, show you everything in detail and share with you some creative inspiration created by the amazing team over at 49 in Market. So let's get into it. Okay, so there's a handful of dies and stamps in this collection that are obviously all brand new, and I'm going to run through them one by one. So let's start off with the first one. So we've got here Doily Edges, which is a stamp framelit set. Now what I love about 49 in Market's dies and stamp collections in particular is they tend to combine their dies and stamps into one set more often than not, and I love that because it gives you so many options. So you have 3 dies in here, and then you also have a collection of stamps, and these are some gorgeous kind of edge designs. You can see all the different ones that you can do, and you can die cut them, you can stamp them, anything that you would want, just to show you a couple of pieces of inspiration. So you can see how detailed some of these stamps are. They are so cute, and you can do them obviously all layered if you wanted to. You could use them as a frame situation. You could do them all in fun different colours as a background. This one's even been stitched over the top, which obviously lends into that gorgeous kind of embroidery detail as well. So tons of things that you can do with this one. Really delicate, really detailed, and really beautiful. So that is the first one in the collection. Then we have this really fun one. So this is painted palettes. Now this has, again, got a stamp and framelit kind of die situation. And hopefully, as you can see, you've got kind of these like watercolor kind of stamp, like little postage stamp details. And then you've got your dies that you can also cut out with. What I love about this set as well is you've also got some sentiments in there as well. So just to give you an idea of how it's kind of intended to be used, how cute is that? So it really does look like little watercolor paint palettes almost, and you have the different amounts on each one. We've got obviously the sentiments underneath, and then you've also got the frames that you can stamp as well. And then you could die cut these, so if you wanted them slightly raised or anything like that, you can die cut them in a series, whatever you want to. This is really cute, and you'll see this one being used on some of the other projects that I'm going to show you as well. So that is the second one. Then, oh, here we are. So this one is really fun and a little bit different, I think, than anything kind of 49 in Market has done before. And this one is called Playtime. And again, we've got this stamp and frame element, so you can stamp and die cut at the same time. You've also got these kind of phrases or sentiments, and this, I believe, was inspired by a children's book that you would read at very early ages. I'm sure in the US and the UK we can recognise some of these similar characters and things like that. So obviously you've got your little boy, your little girl, you've also got a dog as well, and some extra little patterns in there. And what I love about this one, and I'll show you on the sample, is that you can actually change up things like the hair colours, the jumpers, the dress colours, things like that, because each of the stamps are individual aside from the outline. So you can have a little brunette girl, a little blonde girl, whatever you want, and it's all labelled on the stamp set as well. You can probably see from the very top here, so we've got things like girl number 4, girl 3, so it shows you which stamp fits with which kind of element, and it all layers up together perfectly, and then you can die cut it as well, so no fussy cutting required. But how cute is that? I think that is so adorable. I mean, here's another one. Let me move these to one side. How cute is that? Literally just that little dog stamped, and we've got the little phrase underneath, and then they've even used the stamp very faintly in the background as a kind of repeat pattern as well. So again, a really fun option that you can play around with using those different elements as background stamp kind of patterns as well. There we have that one. Now, these ones kind of go hand in hand together. So I'm going to kind of show them together. So we have a stamp stamp set, sorry, and a thinlet set. Now, like I said, most of the time we combine stamp and framelit sets in 49 in Market collections, but this one's quite a large and significant one, and the fact that you can use these really independently, I think is kind of lends itself to being separate, and you can then combine them if you wanted to. So you've got your stamp set, which is these gorgeous leaves, and this is fine stems number 1. And then if you have the thinlet set that goes with it, this is fine stems number 2. And obviously the framelets and the thinlets cut perfectly around all of those stamp details, but hopefully you can see the really gorgeous kind of fine line details of those foliage pieces. You've got a mixture of different ones. There's 9 in each set, so you've got a great variety. And this has been used on multiple projects, but I'll just show you one here. This is actually just the die cuts, but we've got some where we've used the stamps as well in the other projects as well. But you can see how they've been just cut from different pattern papers and then arranged around this image. And how beautiful is that? It just really gorgeous. There's some really nice organic shapes in there. I mean, a really versatile set that you can use over and over and over again. And obviously you can mix and match with the stamps and the thinlets as well. Now, the next couple of SKUs in this collection are really unusual and really, really fun. Now, it's a little bit of a new, not a new technology, but a new way of approaching stamps. And this is to work perfectly with our stamp and spin. So I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. I'm gonna grab one anyway. So our stamp and spin, these are made to work in the kind of segment sections of your stamp and spin as you're twisting it, okay? So let me show you what I'm actually talking about. So there's 2 different ones, and each one has stamps and dies in there. So we've got Build a Burst, Artsy Lace Mix. I'm trying to pronounce all the names properly for you. And then you've got Build a Burst Painterly. So this one is slightly larger, slightly wider segments, and this one is slightly thinner segments. And this one's probably got a little bit more detail in. It's got some ones that have got writing on and things like that, whereas these ones are really fun kind of abstract patterns, like little cross hatches and splotches and things like that. But when you take one of the segments, so let me grab one. I have used this, so bear that in mind. But when you take this, and we will do some videos on this, I'm sure, to show you, but you just place it into that kind of segment section onto your stamp and spin, and then you can just twist it and stamp it, twist it and stamp it, twist it and stamp it, and then you get a whole circle of this kind of element. Obviously you can change it up with the different sections as well, because there's 5 stamps in the larger one and there's 8 stamps in the other one. So there's plenty of options for customization, but hopefully you can kind of see the effect that you get there once you stamp everything in a circle using that stamp and spin effect. So obviously we've got one there where it's like really quite bold and you can see a lot of the pattern in the circle. We've got one here where this is using the smaller segment one in the background in all sorts of fun different colours. How fun is that? That's also been die cut as well. So it's really quite striking. And then we've got our element in the centre, but all the background is these really fun stamp and die cuts in that circular shape. And then we've also got one where it's also being used kind of as a background for a scrapbook page or something like that. And that's just those fun splotches. So it's doing all the hard work for you, which is fantastic. So those are the Build a Burst stamp and framelit sets. And then I'm going to check I've got everything. Oh yeah, I've got a couple more to go. So this again kind of goes hand in hand, kind of like those stem ones before. So these are our alphabets, and that's what I like about 49 in Market. We've got everything in one collection, which is fantastic. We've got things for pattern making, we've got things for a little bit more storytelling, then we've also got our basics like our foliage and our alphabets as well, which is great. So we've got here the fine line alpha number 1 and a fine line alpha number 2. So obviously whenever it's labelled 1 and 2 or it's got a similar name, they're meant to go together. So this one has got your stamps in. It has got some framelits in there that will die cut your larger words. So you've got like your love, you, more, this, and they will be able to be die cut as a whole because you have those dies that come with that. But you can also stamp a whole individual alphabet as well. And that's where this framelit set comes in, because you can then die cut that whole alphabet, which is fantastic. So here you can kind of see some of those elements used as the whole thing. So you've got all of those joined up letters as well that you can add on, as well as the individual ones. And obviously this is being used as that painterly background as well, which is a really nice way to combine two SKUs. And then we've also got one where we've stamped down here and die cut as well. So these are actually die cut. And then we've also got those stems that have been stamped as well. So again, showing you how you can combine 2 or more SKUs within this collection. It is so well thought out. I'm just going to grab this one here as well, because this one also shows, again, those gorgeous stamped letters as well on a scrapbook page made by one of the amazing members of the 49 in Market team. And you can see how it's been combined with other elements as well to really showcase that on your scrapbook page. So I think I've just got one more to show you. There's so much good things to go through. I know it's a lot to take in, but hopefully once you've watched through this video, you can go and check it out online and have a scroll through and see which ones are your faves. So last but not least, we have a Thinlet set. Now, again, I have used this one, so please excuse me, but this one is the Journal Essential Pages. Now, this one was thought out by the 49 in Market team to work with things like their album kind of covers, and it fits perfectly inside these kind of album covers, but you could use them independently as well if you wanted to. So it's a way that you can cut extra pages for your albums. You've also got other elements, like you've got little pockets and tags and things like that. But you can cut extra pages, you can cut extra elements that you can add into your albums, and you can really bulk them up. So here is just a little example of a main page that I created. So you can see we've got these pages here, and then we've also got these extra elements that also come with that die set. So these extra little tabs, this pocket, tags, and then I've also used some of the other elements from the collection, like those doily edges and the alphabet as well. And it, again, showing you how you can super easily combine all of those elements to create a gorgeous journal or any kind of creative make. Honestly, there's so many options with this collection. But I think that is everything. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing all of those brand new SKUs from 49 in Market. We're so excited to have them here for the new year, and I can't wait to get to play with them. I'm sure you'll see tons of inspiration and videos across all of our socials, both in Sizzix and over in 49 in Market. So don't forget to check them out and head on over to the Sizzix website if you're interested in grabbing any of these dies and stamps that I've shown you today. They'll all be available right now. So yeah, go ahead and treat yourself. So that is all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, stay safe and keep crafting. Thanks. Bye.